When I was growing up in the 50s, from junior high on, sports was the focus of my life, and, well, sex. Sex was really the focus of my life. I was highly sexualized as a kid, and times were different than they are today. Today, sex is available on the internet. Within 5 minutes, you know everything I knew by the time I was 40. So it's way different. It was repressed and it was conservative, and I was horny. I was horny at a very young age and remain horny at a very old age, and yearned to find out, to be involved, but there was no outlet for it. I mean, yeah, there was Playboy magazine, and that was Playboy magazine, and don't get me wrong, it was very exciting, but I wanted something less clean. So I went to scuzzier magazines, and they were cheaper, and the paper was cheaper, the printing wasn't as good, and the pictures were a little bit dirtier.
For the sake of decency in this film, we have partially covered the pictures and disguised the identity of the model. These magazines not only display complete nudity, but they do so in a perverted manner. Such as this appeal to the sodomist. Such as these shots, which are typical of the preoccupation with the female breast, to a point that it has become a fetish. And this one, with its overtones of bestiality, and with lesbian implications.
Then I went to the movies, and I saw in a newsreel a coverage of a bathing beauty contest.
Spring was on the wing, and the bathing beauties were bouncing out of the scene. This fetching array is the panel of contenders for the crown of Miss Miami Beach.
It was hot, it was dirty, it was fabulous, and it was at my neighborhood theaters. Being the sneaky and devious young boy that I was, I snuck into New York, took the train from my home 30 miles away, and went to a newsreel theater. There were like 4 or 5 newsreel theaters in New York, and they showed around the clock newsreels. They repeated their program, but it was news of the day, it was funny features, there was a cartoon, there was sports, there was news from overseas, and there was bathing beauties, pin-ups, bathing competitions, beauty contests, dance contests.
Coral Gables, Florida, a lush setting, which in no wise detracts from the lush charms of these southern lassies. The sweater styles for 48 are unveiled.
And they were dirty, and they made fun of women and made jokes of sex and just rubbed America's nose in it.
Now, I'm no authority on sweaters. I don't know a cardigan from a pullover, but girls, I've been partial to the sugar and spice and all things nice, and how nice they look in sweaters. Very eye-filling, don't you agree? Some things just seem to go to my head, that's all. The people who design sweaters and those who are so designed that they can wear them well have me convinced that 1948 should be a wonderful year. All seriousness aside, it's nice to have something new these days that has the old look about it. Hemlines may be down, but a sweater is still a sweater.
It wasn't enough, and I wanted to see sex live. So I went to 42nd Street, which is now Disneyland. Before it was awful. It was flea circuses and porn stores and guys hawking hookers on the street. So I wore a suit and a tie and looked as old as I possibly could and talked my way by giving an extra couple bucks to the door guy and walked my way into a live girly show. I lucked into a show, the first girly show I went to, and they didn't announce who was going to be dancing or whatever you call it, and it turned out to be one of the iconic figures of the 50s and 60s, the legendary Bettie Page. girly shows were really sleazy, and so I was looking for something. I was looking for the best. And being underage, I talked my way into this burlesque theater in New York City. Handed the guy a $20 bill, and I was privileged to see one of the greatest strippers of them all, Tempest Storm. I'm a victim of the way sex was presented to me in my formative years. The sleazy magazines, the dirty girly shows, the constant teasing and seductive quality of the media presentation of women and their bodies. I was sexually brainwashed. I'm damaged sexual goods because what I was fed when I was growing up about sex. And I'm not alone. Recently, I've joined thousands, tens of thousands of American men who, like me, are victims of sexual brainwashing. If you are a victim, as I am, as many thousands are, join our cause, Sexual Casualties Undoing Media. Donate, join, thank you.
If you'd like to feel a thrill, if you'd like to warm the chill, better pay that old gas bill, 'cause baby it's cold inside. I'm in my prime, but tonight's not the time. One more kiss and then that's all. Hold me up or I might fall. My will is big, but my want is small. I would if I could, but I can't. I can't be good.